Good afternoon, everyone. It's awesome first to see y'all out here. It's just a great day to be a Georgia Southern Eagle. Let's everyone give a round of applause. Before we started, a few quick announcements. If you haven't already, please turn off your phones or put them on silence. Also, we encourage you to take part through the day. Social media by posting photos, videos, and when you do that, do us a favor. Hashtag welcome Clay or hashtag Hail Southern. Also, just want to say thank you all once again to be here. In order of the speakers today, we'll have our athletics director, Jared Binko, followed by our new head football coach. When we're all done speaking, we will take questions from the crowd. Media and attendance first. So the media, go ahead, please raise your hands, and if there's any questions, you go ahead. Followed by the media using chat on the Zoom. So anybody in the Zoom, go ahead and we'll run that through the Zoom with our mic person. So, without further ado, I'd like to bring up our athletic director, Jared Binko.
What a great day to be an Eagle. I want to thank everybody for being here today. Such a special day, not only for Georgia Southern football, but Georgia Southern University and all Eagle Nation. First, I want to thank Coach Whitley. Coach Kevin Whitley and the coaches have done an outstanding job. Obviously, continue to lead through adversity. It's not been a traditional year, and I want to appreciate Coach Whitley's leadership and the coaches' leaderships too. Before we begin, there's a few people I want to recognize who played an integral part of this search. Dr. Marrero, thank you. Dr. Marrero is a tremendous supporter and a visionary leader for this university and athletic department. He provided great counsel throughout the process, and I'm reminded every day how blessed we are to have him at the helm of Georgia Southern University. So thank you. I also want to thank our search committee, Chris Davis, Tracy Ham, looking dapper today, as always. Chris Geierman, I like to see Chris in a jacket, looking good too. And also Leonard Bevel. And I want to thank them for their work. And I'll tell you, each of these individuals played a critical role in the search. And I can't thank them enough for their contributions and tireless work. There's a lot of hours put into this, a lot of research, and most of all, their desire to make Georgia Southern football elite. So thank you. I also want to thank our executive team, our leadership team, who've been working tirelessly behind the scenes to make this transition as good as possible. They've been extremely helpful. I also want to thank numerous people throughout college football and professional football who provided feedback throughout the search. Just some incredible people that took the time to pour into me and share their thoughts and feedback. I also want to thank Parker Search Firm for their help as well during the process. And lastly, I want to thank Sarah, my wife, and our two boys, Hudson and Cooper. I'm not always a great husband and dad during these searches, and their support means a lot to me every day, and just can't thank them enough. Over the past several weeks, we've conducted a very broad and comprehensive and nationwide search to identify the best football coach for here at Georgia Southern. The search involved numerous conversations with individuals throughout college football. We also utilize all available tools at our disposal, including data analytics. We facilitated discussions with donors who are members of our giving societies and members of the EFAA, which are comprised of former letter winners, and other key constituents regarding the qualities we're looking for in our new head coach. From those discussions, there were several key traits that emerged from all participants. And ultimately, we charge our committee with using these traits as the most essential criteria during the interview and selection process. It's someone that embraces the role as a partner with colleagues stretching across the entire university. It's someone with a high level of integrity and intelligence. A coach who believes in leading a program with discipline and accountability. A strong work ethic and a proven winner. A visionary leader with a plan for success that translates well to Georgia Southern. A relentless recruiter, both of student athletes and staff, and a proven track record of developing talent. An excellent communicator who puts an emphasis on building a dynamic team culture. Clay Helton embodies these traits, and I'm convinced that he is the most prepared candidate to have immediate and long-term success here at Georgia Southern. Clay is the best choice to lead Georgia Southern going forward. We're excited to welcome him today. So football is printed on Coach Helton's DNA. He's born in Gainesville, Florida, to Kim and Pam Helton. His dad, Kim, was a longtime NFL and college coach. His brother, Tyson, is a head football coach at Western Kentucky. I will say, Clay, we need to use your connections to get Western Kentucky on the schedule. Hope we can work that with Tyson. Clay knows the South. He spent 10 years at Memphis, 2 years at Duke, and 3 years as a student athlete at Auburn. Clay is an elite offensive mind. He has an impressive track record, developing explosive record-setting offenses at USC and Memphis. During his time at USC, Coach Helton led the Trojans to 3 Pac-12 championship game appearances, including a title in 2017 and a Rose Bowl win following the 2016 season. With the Trojans, Coach Helton had 12 victories over AP top 25 teams, including 3 top 5 and 4 in the top 10. Coach Helton was also the 2017 AP Pac-12 Coach of the Year and a 2-time finalist for the Paul Bear Bryant National Coach of the Year Award. He also, and this is important, we talked about this in the process, he also secured 3 top 10 recruiting classes as a head coach. Coach Helton has a keen eye for talent, having identified and developed numerous high NFL draft picks. He and his staff are going to do a tremendous job implementing discipline, accountability, and toughness into our program. Clay is committed to working with all parties on developing a pathway for each student athlete to reach their full potential, academically, athletically, and socially. Coach Helton has a solid understanding of the championship ecosystem we're committed to here at Georgia Southern. Clay will embrace the public role of being the head football coach at Georgia Southern, and he and his family are excited about joining the Statesboro and Bullitt County community. We're blessed to welcome his wife, Angela, here today. A round of applause. Clay and I had something early on we identified as we both outkicked our coverage. So we bonded pretty quickly over that. And also the 3 children, two boys, Reed and Turner, and daughter Aubrey. So we're excited to welcome them to Eagle Nation. Georgia Southern University is a premier institution of higher learning. We have an esteemed football history with 6 national championships and a foundation of bedrock laid by Coach Irk Russell. And as Coach Russell will say, you ain't seen nothing yet. It gives me great pleasure to introduce your new head football coach, Clay Helton.
Man, what a great day to be an Eagle. Mercy. I'm going to tell you, on behalf of myself, my beautiful bride, Miss Angela, my 3 children, and my family, not only are we extremely excited for this opportunity, but we're extremely humbled to be a part of this family, to be a part of this community, and to be a part of the tradition of excellence that is Georgia Southern University. There were so many things that excited me about this opportunity, and the good Lord looked after me and said, Coach, you get the opportunity to be in a special place with special people. The first part that really excited me was the leadership. The vision from the top down, the vision to be a platinum standard, not only athletic program, but football program, not only to win conference championships consistently, to build a product that is the platinum standard for college football on a national scale. it was aligned, and it fit my own standards of what we expect as a football family here at Georgia Southern, but also what I expect as a head coach and what our staff will expect. The next thing that really excited me was the tradition of excellence. You're talking about walking on a campus that's won 6 national titles, 70% win percentage over its history, 80% in this stadium. Those are staggering numbers. The tradition of excellence is just so impressive. And myself and the staff we put together in this team will honor that tradition. We will also fight as hard as humanly possible to be innovative. To be innovative with the product that we put on the field, to be innovative with how we develop our student athletes on and off the field, and we're going to be innovative in how we recruit and be able to bring the best student athletes from the Southeast right here to Georgia Southern. Third was Eagle Nation. I have been, since touching down, I have been blown away by the love and the passion for this university. It is evident. And Eagle Nation gives back in every way. I've always believed a great alumni base gives their time, gives their knowledge, gives their network, and they give their heart and they give their resources. I watched the homecoming game. I've watched a lot of ball over the past couple of weeks, especially right here at Georgia Southern, and I got to watch the homecoming game on TV, and I saw the passion in the stands in not a normal year, and you could see the love from the fan base. You could see I took in, I got to meet Adrian Peterson. I got to meet Tracy Ham. I got to meet Coach Witt. And you see just the pride of the former players and the alumni that are here. We are honored to have the opportunity to represent Eagle Nation, and we look forward to doing the job that is needed to make sure that you are proud of us as a football team. Next was the recruiting base. You talk about the state of Georgia. Some really, really special players. They're well coached by their high school coaches. They're college ready to come in and help immediately. It's going to be very important for our staff right off the get-go to be able to keep our local talent right here in Georgia to come to this great university. And then with the support of our initial surrounding states, our immediate surrounding states, we'll build a program that consistently is winning conference championships and consistently making us the national story. Lastly, and I have to say this, I was so impressed by Jared's proactiveness and President Marrero's proactiveness in this search. It was rare and it was bold. To be able to say, you know what, we're not going to wait for other universities to make their choice. We're Georgia Southern. We're going to go out and pick who fits us and what's best for us. And it went from a 10-minute conversation on a phone with Jared that was supposed to be 10 minutes that lasted about an hour and a half to an unbelievable opportunity to meet with his great search committee, to have a chance to come to Georgia and interview and sit down and see the great fit, not only for my family, but to see the great fit for Georgia Southern, to the opportunity to walk on campus today. That proactiveness is going to pay dividends. It's going to allow us over the next weeks to get to know our football team and build relationships. It's going to give us the opportunity to start recruiting and jumpstart recruiting for December signing date as well as February, and I appreciate that proactiveness. You know, before I open it up for questions, I'd really like to acknowledge Coach Whitley and his coaching staff. You get to see who you are in adverse times. Coach Whitley's an All-American here. He's a man of great honor that has done a tremendous job in leading those men even today. I look forward to getting to have the chance to know him. I've always believed in the honor and respect of the game. And right now, this football team that's here has got 4 games left, and I'm going to honor and respect that. I'm going to do a great job of building relationships, be out at practice practice to evaluate our current team, see where our strengths are, see where our areas of growth are. But I'm going to allow them to be able to coach this season and be able to finish this season with honor and respect before making a transition change as far as my leadership and coaching. They deserve that honor. I cannot wait to get started to help produce a program of culture that is built on toughness, that is built on discipline, and is built on a united accountability, to set a standard of excellence that this university has founded itself on and deserves each and every day. A program that brings the GATA mindset, a program that Irk Russell would be proud of. With that, hail Southern. I can't believe I get the opportunity to be here. And I welcome any questions that you have.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for the media. Please wait till you get a wireless microphone. Introduce yourself. We're going to do all the questions for Coach first. If you have any questions for Jared, let's save those until he can come up.
Coach Frank Solkowski, WJCL in Savannah, welcome to Statesboro.
Thank you, sir.
First question, you begin the year at USC, one of the most visible programs in all of college football. Season's not even done with. Now you're in Statesboro, Georgia, which I know was trending just a couple days ago as people tried to figure out where we are. Talk about this ride and what a week it's been for you, and just truly, I mean, this is a whirlwind.
Yeah. You know, I've had the honor over 26-year college career to be at some really special places. My career started at 22 years old at Duke University. It spanned my time in the University of Memphis and Houston at USC, which was an amazing 12-year experience with some special people, some special players, and special memories. And then God graced me with an opportunity to be here in Statesboro. And they'll all know where Statesboro is at the end of it. I can promise you that. But it is like I said earlier, I'm really humbled by the opportunity. You know, I told the team just a little while ago, man, cherish every moment you get to be a part of this game. I'd gone 26 years as a coach, and then the last 6 weeks it's taken away from you, and you realize how special it is to you when you're not around players that you love and not around the game that you love, and you're not being a servant to kids, and you're not the purpose that you give in young men's life. That's special, and it's part of my heart. It's been a part of my whole life, whether it was through my dad, Kim Helton, or whether it's through my brother, myself. That's been our lives, and to only have to be outside of that for 6 weeks, the good Lord's watching after me. Thank you for that question.
Coach Josh Aubrey with the Statesboro Herald. You go from a school that's among the tops as far as athletic budget in the country to a school that's in the bottom 5 or so of the Sun Belt Conference. Is that a concern for you at all when you took the job, and what kind of hurdles do you feel like that'll have for you?
None whatsoever. This university was founded on blue-collar toughness and community and spirit and work ethic. And the fact of the matter is there's special – I could draw a 250-mile circle around this town, and there are special people that are not only willing to help, but special players that love to be a part of this university. We'll recruit the best student athletes that can help us win championships. We'll do it the right way, and we'll save Jared some money doing it too, because they're going to be right here from the Southeast, right here from our home, bringing them right here and keep them in the state of Georgia.
Hey, Coach Connor Delpreet, WSAV down in Savannah. The transition from Los Angeles and Southern California to Statesboro, not one that many people do. How has it been on you, and how's it been on the family so far? Has it been rough at all, or has it been smooth sailing?
Well, you can tell by my twang, I'm not originally from California. I was born in Gainesville, Florida. My mom and dad live in Everglades City, Florida, which I'll have to take you there one day. You think there's gnats, there's big mosquitoes down there that we can get to know. So to be back in an area which I called home for a long time is very special for me and my family, and we're so excited about it. I can't tell you the number of people that have reached out to me that have said, Coach, you're going to absolutely love Statesboro, be a part of this great university, and I have felt it from the second we touched down, from the second that we got to know this great leadership. It's just been so special, So to be back home in the Southeast and to get a chance to be here, are you kidding me? Like I told Jared, I would have walked from California to get here if he told me to. So it's a great opportunity for me and my family, and we can't wait to get started.
Coach Josh Aubrey again. The offense, of course, at Georgia Southern has predominantly been the triple option or some form of the option. There's only been, I think, 2 coaches that were hired that didn't have an option background when they got here. Obviously, you do not have an option background. These guys that have been recruited for years here, that's what they know. How tough of a transition is it going to be for you to turn Georgia Southern from an option-based offense to what you envision? And do you feel like that is going to be an instant transformation or something that's going to take some time?
One of the things, and I thought Jared did a wonderful job in the selection, in looking at it, we discussed having the opportunity to take our personnel and to fit our personnel with what we want to do. I don't think any time you come into a place, you just say, oh, we're going to run this system. When I was at the University of Memphis, we had the great honor of signing an unbelievable running back by the name of D'Angelo Williams. And we rode him to 5 straight bowl games that hadn't been done in 32 years with a very physical run game. I had a chance at USC as an offensive coordinator, then the head coach, to be around a young man named Ronald Jones, who just got done winning a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay. And those 2 men, set records at both universities. Looking at our strengths after watching a ton of tape already, obviously we have a physical run game here with some talented running backs, a really nasty offensive line. And I'll be honest with you, I'm going to give the quarterbacks that are here, Justin and Cam, are talented throwing the ball down the field, and they're going to get those opportunities. It's okay to run the ball extremely physically and then throw it over everybody's head. That creates explosiveness. So make the defense decide what they want to do. You want to stop the run? Then we've got some talented guys that are going to go really far down the field to catch the ball. And then if you back off a little bit, get ready, because you're getting a big offensive lineman and some backs that are going to run down your throat. I've had those opportunities, and you build offenses based on where your personnel is, And so with what I see, we can be a physical run team right now, and be able to be explosive down the field. Will there be some opportunities in there? Yes, not dive option opportunities, but with these athletic quarterbacks, there's going to be a couple option-driven plays. It may be quarterback option off a defender. It may be run-pass option off a defender, or it could be quarterback-driven run game that these guys are very capable of. So we're going to put a great staff together that focuses on our strengths as an offense right now, and then be able to recruit to those strengths. Thanks for that question. Good one.
Coach Frank Solkowski again from Savannah, WJCL. You're coming into a Sun Belt conference that's getting a lot of exposure. The expansion that's underway, nationally ranked teams. Talk about that challenge coming into what a lot of people believe is the top Group of 5 program in the country.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, it was one of the things that really excited me is the conference. Really great credit to Keith Gill and what he's doing. You see conferences across the country that are dividing. Our conference is gathering. You look at being able to be at Georgia Southern that has this 40-year tradition of being able to win 6 national championships, and since 2014 already won 3 bowl games. Start with that, and then you've got 2 other teams that are playing really good football right now in Lafayette and Coastal Carolina, 2 top 25 teams, as well as starting to garner other universities. Instead of a conference that's breaking up, this conference is getting stronger by the teams that it's talking about adding, plus the coaches that have come in. Whether it's Billy, whether it's Coach Jones, there's some tremendous ball coaches that are a part of this conference, and it's just getting stronger by the day. And it's one of the big things that really interested me when looking at the job. I was like, wow, this is not only a special university and a special place, but look at this conference and where it's going and the national attention that it is getting. And that's where we want to be able to take Georgia Southern, is to be a part of that national story.
Hi, Coach. Nathan Dominitz from the Savannah Morning News. A couple questions, if I may.
Yes.
You've been around the relatively small world of college football your whole life. Was there a moment when deciding whether to come to Georgia Southern, was there like one moment that tipped the scales? Maybe it was something your family said, or some decision you guys came together, or you said, I know what to do?
I'm going to be real. You're going to get to know me. I'm a brutally honest guy.
That's what we like.
Yeah. So it happened in the first phone call. I had a call from my agent Jimmy Sexton and said, Coach, do you mind taking a call from Jared? And I said, I'd love to. It's a great place, and I'd like to get to know a good person. And it was supposed to be about a 10-minute conversation that lasted over an hour. And when we hung up the phone, I got really excited. And I said, that's a place that I would really like to be. And then as we went through the process, which was an amazing process, and it showed me how special these people are, whether it was with Jared one-on-one, whether it was with his committee. I've never, ever sat down with a president and him give me over an hour of his time and share thoughts and vision and see how important this place is. But the first phone call, just the genuineness and the realness of Jared and seeing his vision and then seeing it aligned with President Marrero, I'm usually a hard sell. That it was a really easy sell. Like I said, I hung up the phone and said, I'll walk there right now. I'm ready.
Yeah, I think we can all relate. It may be a great job, but if you don't have a great boss, it's not a great job.
Yes, no question. Be surrounded by great people.
Second question, given, again, your knowledge of being around college football, your dad being a coach for so long, how do you look back at the relatively recent Southern Cal experience, knowing all that entailed from beginning to end? Do you look at it as that's just how business is done, or how do you, as on a personal level, handle so much success yet you still got fired?
I cherish every moment that I was at USC. I was surrounded by unbelievable people and got to be there for 12 seasons. Met some special players, special coaches, special leadership. I got the honor to meet Mr. Pat Hayden, Mr. Lynn Swan, Mr. Mike Bone. Even with Mike Bone and Brandon Sosna, the resources that they gave us as a coaching staff and how things were built, even in my departure, they gave us every opportunity to be great. And we got 12 great games with Mike and went 9-3, but we lost a championship game, and that's football. That's football. There's high expectations in this game, and I've always welcomed them. Always. Just like I welcome this great expectation and the standard of excellence that this great university is. Championships are demanded at this place, is what drives this place. And I welcome those expectations. So, yes, it was a wonderful opportunity at USC. I cherish every moment, every relationship. I thank Mike Bone and Brandon Sosna for the support that they gave me, my staff, our players, all the way through. They had a decision to make that they thought was best for the university, and they made it. Now, I just got to make a decision that was best for me and my family. And I can't wait for this next adventure. Can't wait to get started with it. And that's how I look at the game. God closes one door, he opens up another. And wow, did he open up a great door. Yes.
Coach, Jake Wallace with WTOC in Savannah. You mentioned your staff. You're in a kind of a unique position being hired this early in the process. How do you go about over the next few months putting together a staff while every other team is still in season, especially with that early December signing day in mind?
Yeah, I thought, again, I go to Jared's proactiveness and the university's proactiveness here. I got to be a part of experience while I was at USC that I thought was very unique when Coach Sarkisian came in. And I was the interim head coach at the time, and he got to witness us go through 3 weeks of bowl game preparation at the time. He got to evaluate our players, just like I'm going to get to have the chance to watch practice and be able to see what type of players they are. What type of teammates they are, what type of leaders are they, how competitive, they are. And I just told the guys that. That's a great opportunity. You also get to watch great coaches that are out there coach and be able to see what type of fits may be there for your staff. But right now, it's about the building of relationships. It's about recruiting. It's about evaluation. And it's about giving the honor and respect to a group of men that have given their heart and soul to this team. And let's honor and respect this team the next 4 games because college kids, they only get this experience one time. Coaches, we go around just like I was at USC and now I'm here. Those guys, they're going to get those players are going to get this opportunity one time. So I want to make it about them. What I am going to do is to be able to have those evaluations, coaches, players, be able to recruit, be able to see our strengths, be able to see our areas of growth, and be able to put the best staff together for us over the next month. So when we hit December, we hit the ground running.
This is going to be our last question for Coach, and then we're going to bring up Jared.
Coach, Christian Gokel with ESPN Coastal. You had mentioned the players in the NFL talent just within a 100-mile radius. What is your recruiting pitch to keep them from leaving this area, and how much could a 12-team playoff have to do with that?
I'm going to tell you what, you're good. This is an easy sell when you talk about Georgia Southern because you talk about, like I said, it's a proven commodity. It's won championships. It's been at the highest of the highs. Plus, when you look at this place and you see the quality of education you get and you see the network, and some people say, oh, yeah, we have a great network. We not only have a network, we have family here. People that are not going to, it's not a 4-year experience. This is a 40, 50, 60 lifetime experience. I've had so many Georgia Southern people just reach out to me, family, reach out and say, Coach, man, we're honored to have you. You can feel the relationships that are part of it. This place is with you for life, and what it can do for you is not just within 4 years. It's going to help you the rest of your life. I talked about the strength of the conference and where it's going, and you see this strength and top 25 teams being made and talked about and being the national story. The reality in college football right now is it is a 4-game playoff, but the future is coming. And those talks, just like whether it's ESPN or other national media, it's something I think that is wanted by fan bases. It's wanted by the national landscape, and will happen at some point in time. But we as coaches have to deal in reality. Right now, we have to find a way to be one of those 4 teams, and it starts with building a great football team that wins conference championships consistently, becomes a national story when given the opportunity to play Power 5 teams, go make your name. So we look forward to those opportunities and the opportunity to compete. Thank you for the question. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the opportunity. Hail Southern.
Okay, we're going to have Coach do one more photo op with Jared. So get your phones ready.
I'm going to say this because I got a great call by a man today, and I don't look as good in this hat as Cole Swindell does, but it is an honor to put it on. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you for this day. Appreciate you. Great job.
All right, questions for Jared?
Jared Connor over here with
Hey, Connor.
WSAV. You know how the money works with the contract situation. He just mentioned bringing in some good coordinators,
Yeah.
staff. How much leeway and how much flexibility do you have given where his contract is and how much money you have left over to bring in some top flight talent that could help you improve in the coach's room when it comes to the offense and everything of that nature?
Yeah, that's a great question, Connor, because we were able to take advantage with obviously Coach Helton's contract at USC, and that's going to allow us, coming off a record fundraising year, our giving societies and our fans to continue to support Eagle Nation at the highest level possible. And so our philanthropic giving from our fans that are so generous and gracious continues to afford us the opportunity to continue to put more and more resources, private dollars into the coaching staff and support staff. So we're just getting started because that's where we're going. And as this program continues to grow under Coach Helton's leadership, listen, as he mentioned before, we're talking about recruiting student athletes here, just with the talent in the local area. I mean, when you talk to Coach Helton, and also you talk to people that worked with him and work for him, man, there's going to be a long line of people that want to work alongside Coach Helton. So I just think it's an awesome opportunity for us to attract the best and brightest. And so we're in a good position now to make sure we have an elite coaching staff.
Jared, Josh Aubrey, Statesboro.
Hey, Josh.
Hey. When you're out there, I know you talk to a lot of head coaches, some coordinators, P5 people. You get to Coach Helton, and it's a unique situation because he can hit the ground running, get ahead on the recruiting. How important was it for you to get this announcement made, get it out there as quick as you can? Did it have anything to do with the timing that it is?
Josh, that's a great question. Just to be frank with you, we didn't enter the search with a myopic focus, whether it be a style of offense, whether it be when can the person start. We tried to hire a coach that was the best coach for us. And I mentioned before the CEO reference. At the end of the day, when you look at, there was a lot of elite coaches out there, a lot of coaches that have been very successful, but we also want a coach and obviously a person that can come over the program and administer the program and help develop young men of character. And to me, when you look at the counterbalance of everything that Coach Helton has to offer us, it was a no-brainer. And then when you start looking at the decision to potentially bring him on as a head coach, if the interest was there, and it obviously was, then you start looking at the benefit of him starting early. And so to me, it was done through the apparatus of making sure is he the best fit for Georgia Southern. And conversely, you want to make sure that it was a good fit for him, and we're very blessed that it was. And so then you start getting into the timing element. So that's a good question. Thanks, Josh.
Jared, Christian with ESPN Coastal. We always hear the 1, 5, and 10-year plans when you're talking to coaches. What was it about Clay's plan that sold you?
Comprehensive excellence. We talk about it, within our department, and we had in our strategic plan we launched this summer, and it aligns with our university strategic plan. We want to be excellent in everything we do, Christian, and I know we're here today for football, and this is a huge day for Georgia Southern football, but we want to be good in everything, academically, athletically, socially. And so when you talk to Coach Helton, he understands the role that the head football coach plays at Georgia Southern, understands the role this university has in the community. And so to me, it was just an opportunity to bring someone here that, really understands what that impact the head football coach can have on a community like Statesboro, and it was a no-brainer.
Jared, Frank Solkowski, WJCL. Briefly talk about what this whole time has been like since you've been here. You come, there's a pandemic thing that happens. You've had some very visible hires with basketball, men's basketball, and now football. I mean, you've had a lot on your plate. Talk about what this has been like for you.
Well, it's been the best time of my life, if you want to be honest with you. I was joking earlier today that I think it's, you hear about dog years, 7, 8 years, and so that's how last year was with the pandemic. So I feel like sometimes you've been an AD for 9 or 10 years, but no, it's been the best years of my life, and obviously anytime you transition with your family, who've been so supportive. I mean, listen, Frank, it's everything I thought it'd be and more, and a big part of that is one being, aligned at the top with Dr. Murrow and our leadership and our cabinets here today. I think you see the support with them, and obviously the people you work with. Listen, I was joking earlier with some of our staff, but I mean, I spend more time with our staff than we do our families at time, and we are a family. And so, man, people say, man, you've had a lot of pressure. It's a lot of work, but man, I wake up every day just, one, being thankful for being alive and the good Lord's given me another day to live here on earth, but also two, man, this is such an awesome place, Frank, and every day you have a chance to get better. And we talk to our coaches and our student athletes all the time. It's about winning the day. And so every day we take it head on, bring our lunch pail and attack the day. And so it's been awesome. I mean, have there been headwinds? Sure. But we talked about before we can use it as a crutch or an opportunity for growth, and we've chosen the latter of the two.
Hey, Jared. Nathan Dominant, Savannah Morning News.
Oh, there you go, Nathan. Sorry.
Hey, you talk about win the day. The Braves win the World Series. You're a big baseball guy, and then you get your head coach. Is this the best week of your life, almost?
Nathan, that's a trick question.
Your kids are listening.
Yeah, my best day was the best week was marrying my wife, but that's a good. I almost fell into that trap. I will share with you though that we had the deal obviously done on Tuesday, and most times you want to go ahead and quite honestly get some sleep. It's been a lot of late nights, but obviously I wasn't going to miss a chance to see the Braves. Last time when the World Series was '99, of course '95. I remember seeing Mark Wohlers and Marquise Grissom and that catch, and Carlos Baerga was at the plate. I remember that like it was yesterday, and so that was just a fitting way to culminate. And man, it's been an awesome week.
Okay, now in all seriousness, Coach Helton mentioned about the phone call being that sealed the deal. Did you not know him at all at that point? Was it a cold call?
Yeah.
And what did you hear over the phone that told you that of all the people you talked to, that this was the guy?
Well, that call happened early in the process, and one of the things, listen, there's a lot of things I don't know, and I'm trying to get better every day, and part of that's balancing confidence with humility. And I taught to Coach Helton early on, and one of the things when you go through searches, you try to really eliminate confirmation bias because you can really get attached early on to certain people. And so not knowing, I've heard great things about Coach Helton, and when you work in this business, in this space, you're always keeping up with coaches, and you know who are the coaches that have a great reputation, who are some that you got to be a little more careful with. And I knew going into the conversation what a tremendous coach, but also a tremendous person that he is. And then when we talked, it was an opportunity. I left that phone call, and I was like, wow, that's the real deal. Like it was. And I was joking with Sarah earlier, and Coach Helton said he sold it on the one phone call. I was thinking, man, it took me a lot of phone calls with Sarah to get a date with her. So obviously I've gotten more successful, I guess, as I've gotten older. So took a lot of calls with Sarah. So
one quick follow. When was that initial phone call with Coach Helton?
Gosh, Nathan, it's been probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'd have to go back. It's been kind of a continuum since we last spoke. So, any other questions? All right, Hail Southern, GATA.